Hey everyone, my name is Ahmad Danish. So I'll be explaining the group essay and how did we come up with this theme. So if one were to comment on the use of emotions in art and utilizing them, it would pertain well to step back and realize why exactly it is such a common theme. Art, in its many forms, is able to evoke deep and complex emotions in its audience. Justly so, we have decided on the theme of resonance for our exhibition. It is in our belief that some of the strongest emotions one can evoke through art are nostalgia and familiarity. It is in our belief that some of our strongest emotions one can evoke through art are nostalgia and familiarity, as well as the yearning to return to simpler times. It can also be a window to one's trauma and pain attained from past experiences. The aim of our exhibition is to provide and create a space in which attendees can feel connected and drawn to the art while fostering a sense of community and interconnectedness among them. A common factor all a common a common factor across all the art pieces we have chosen is that they all evoke strong emotions in our eyes. In other words, it resonated with us. Value of understanding gave rise to old memories and fears experienced during the height of the pandemic. The artwork series by Sisi Kwa gives importance to the mundane parts of our lives, gives us a sense of remembrance, and Tujuan by Binti evokes strong nostalgia. Mosquito Hearts number 17 by Fu Mei Lin sheds light to past sufferings and victimhood, while the 10-piece series by Haslin Ismail illustrates the makeup of the human soul and its nature. In other words, the commonality that can be traced back to each artwork is the way they guide the viewer to ponder and scrutinize its details before then triggering emotions that create a connection between the art, the viewer, and the emotions felt in that moment. The commonality that can be traced back to each artwork is the way they guide the viewer to ponder and scrutinize its details before then triggering emotions that create a connection between the art, the viewer, and the emotions felt in that moment. For this exhibition, an audience of those aged 15 to 45 is assumed, though still applicable to those who are older. This is because certain audiences, most notably those over at least 15, are most likely to have fond memories of the past as well as a longing to return to it. This effect increases with age and the passing of time, with older generations being noticeably more wistful and yearning compared to younger generations. Those in this age range are also most likely to have already experienced the full taste of life, enabling them to better connect with artworks that can evoke both good and bad memories of the past. A relevant theory to consider within this context is Sigmund Freud's theory of memory. In Freud's belief, memories from years or decades in A relevant theory to consider within this context is Sigmund Freud's theory of memory. In Freud's belief, memories from years or decades past that may be considered out of use or forgotten are not actually forgotten, but are instead stored in the subconscious. They may continue to influence present day and conscious decisions. One must also note that the judgment of art is an extremely subjective and personal thing. Each individual comes from different walks of life and has experienced different things. One must also note that the judgment of art is an extremely subjective and personal thing. One must also note that the judgment of an art is an extremely subjective and personal thing. Each individual comes from different walks of life and has experienced different things, thus shaping completely different worldviews. Those who are not fortunate enough to experience a good childhood may not resonate with anything nostalgic, while those who are fortunate enough to be shielded from the pain of life may not be able to relate to artworks that portray such bleak messages. No matter how you slice it, each artwork is meant to trigger and resonates with its audience. No matter how you slice it, each artwork is meant to trigger and resonate with its audience. No matter how you slice it, each artwork is meant to trigger and resonate with its audience, even if it targets different emotions and evokes different reactions. The specific feelings of the current subject range from The specific feelings of the current subject range from, but are not limited to, sensations such as nostalgia, fear, trauma, joy, relief, and hope. The variety and range of this has led to the conceptualization and finalization of the variety and range of this has led to the conceptualization and finalization of our theme, resonance.